everybody and welcome to another Top 5 Records video. Today I'm going to be talking about Nirvana. And I might hear some of you people think, Nirvana, they only made 3 studio albums, so how can you make a top 5 of their records? Well, I think that in the case of Nirvana, all the other releases are relevant as well. Compilations, B-sides, live recordings, they are necessary to get the full image of the band. A lot of bands have those kind of records out as a cash cow, but in the case of Nirvana, just as in the case of the Smiths, it is relevant to get the right image and the right idea of what this band was all about. It's a band whose recordings and output go beyond their 3 studio albums. So that's why I'm giving you a top 5 of their best albums. And I'm gonna start off with this one, Bleach. And I think Bleach is a very interesting record. And it has a lot to do with the song selection, not so much with the sound and sound quality of it. But I'm gonna go into that later. Because the songs, I mean, their first album, Blue, Floyd the Barber, About a Girl. Oh, About a Girl is really, really good. School, Paper Cuts, Negative Creep. There's so much good stuff on here. The best thing I think though is Love Buzz. Love Buzz is a cover of a Shocking Blue song. And Shocking Blue is this Dutch band from the 60s. You might know their song Venus. I'm your Venus, I'm your fire, your desire. Nobody knows the song Love Buzz. Even over here in the Netherlands, nobody knows the song Love Buzz. Kurt Cobain somehow did. And he decided to rock it out of the place. And you can hear on that song, and it was also their first single, but you can hear on that song the complete own identity of Nirvana, what this band was all about. They take brilliant melodies, the most catchy melodies, and they just add so much power and roughness to it, and so much edginess, and that's what makes it great. Downside of this record though is the sound. I do not think this has been recorded great. And a lot of people say, oh yeah, but it's their first record. This raunchy sound is the way it should sound. But this does not sound rough and raw like an early or the first Ramones record. It's not like those really punky garage-like sounds, which I really enjoy. The Black Monks have that kind of sound. This record is just... the edge in the sound is just not there. Now, luckily I have this 2013 Sub Pop reissue. It's a double LP. And the second LP actually has a live show of theirs at the Pine Street Theater in Portland. And it has a lot of the songs on the record, but the live show sounds even better. It's from 1990. So if you go out and buy this record, go and find this double LP, because the mastering on the album is, I believe, as good as on the first pressing. That's what I read on the Steve Huffman forum. I do not own a first pressing because it costs thousands of euros. But it has the other show on there, which gives you, in my opinion, a better view of how this band was in the early days. And which brings me to the number 4 on this list, which is a full live record. And I really, really enjoy this one. It's Live at Reading. I have been in doubt. There are loads of very good Nirvana live recordings and compilations. And I was almost on the point of putting the Paramount show in here, because it also has a beautiful Blu-ray. It was shot on 16mm. It sounds great. The band was technically better on the Paramount show. But this just contains the Nirvana madness. You can hear Kurt Cobain going down the drain, the heaviness of a live show, the full-blown energy, but also someone losing it. The solo on Smells Like Teen Spirit, he completely blows it. It sucks, but that's what makes Nirvana so good. Kurt Cobain can screw up and it still remains awesome because it's completely sincere. And this show has so many great songs. It is, to me, the ultimate Nirvana electric performance. I mean, Breathe, Drain You, Aneurysm, School, In Bloom, Come As You Are, Lithium, About a Girl, Tourette's, Polly, Smells Like Teen Spirit, On a Plane, Negative Creep, Been a Son, All Apologies, Stay Away, D7, Territorial Pissings. It's so many great songs, such a great atmosphere, such a great legendary show. This is awesome. Nirvana Live at Reading on number 4. I'm gonna put that on straight afterwards. And another live record on the number 3 spot. Is there something even better than Live at Reading? Yeah, but it's not your typical Nirvana show. As a matter of fact, it's not a typical live show, because when you look at this and when you look at the video, it's something like another session. It's Nirvana MTV Unplugged. When you take a look at the video, you see that they are in a studio kind of vibe with an audience. There is an audience, but they take their time. He sips his tea. They talk a bit over. He introduces, I believe, 2 members of the Meat Puppets on stage to do 3 Meat Puppet songs, which is quite unique. It's more like this is a session with a live public than an actual live show. And it contains something completely amazing. Nobody would have expected that Nirvana songs could sound this good acoustic. This is the moment the world realized they are melodic as fuck. Kurt Cobain has a Beatle-like quality in him. Everybody thinks he's this how do you say, prodigal son, problem child. And he is. But he knows his way with melodies. And the way Come As You Are sounds, for example, but even more so their cover of The Man Who Sold the World. There are a lot of obscure covers on there. I think the David Bowie cover, The Man Who Sold the World, is the most famous. I think this one is even better than David Bowie's own version. On a Plane, something in the way it sounds so good on here. 3 Meat Puppet songs. Jesus Doesn't Want Me for a Sunbeam. I should know the name of the original band, but it's all obscure. And to end off with not only All Apologies, but as a final song, Where Did You Sleep Last Night? The Lead Belly cover. It's a pure delight. This is one of the best live recordings ever. Just ever. It's beautiful. And if you like this one, I bought the Meat Puppets record where these songs are from. It's also great. It's also great. Trying to find out who the Meat Puppets are. It's even more raw. It's completely over the top in insanity, but it's also great. But the number 3 spot is for MTV Unplugged. Now I'm going to the number 2. And some people might think this one should be on number 1, but I disagree. It's Nevermind. Yeah, with a controversial album cover right now, because the baby on this cover just sued the band after a lot of years of working on doing the image again, and now he's suing them. Not saying anything about that. This is their classic album. It has the hits: Smells Like Teen Spirit, Come As You Are, Something in the Way, Stay Away. I mean, it's only good songs, just continuously good songs. You might say that it was a bit overproduced, and I kind of agree, but nevertheless, it's a brilliant record. It's a 5-star record. It's one of the best albums ever made. So, on number 2, Nevermind. And what I do think is great produced, and that's why I put it on number 1. Not only because of that, because I think these songs are even so much edgier. Nirvana in Utero. Am I pronouncing it right? In Utero? In Utero? Well, no, it's a great song. It starts off with Serve the Servants. The way the guitar sounds, the screaming of his voice. This record has so much edge and punch. Scentless Apprentice. And as the 3rd song on the record, Heart-Shaped Box. Heart-Shaped Box is brilliant. After which comes Rape Me. So many great songs in a row. And then to kick off this record with Tourette's and All Apologies. I mean, end your career with a song like All Apologies. All Apologies is one of the best songs ever written, and a brilliant, beautiful farewell song for someone who is very depressed. It's pure, sincere beauty, this album. I really love it. If you don't have it, go and buy it. I'm sure you'll like it. That is my top 10 of Nirvana albums. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below. And see you in another video.